A lot of people are hearing that a major new housing law has passed, and they're wondering, does this mean I can get housing assistance now? But, guys, I want to be very honest with you. This law does not mean that everyone is automatically getting a housing voucher, a check, or free home repairs. However, there are several parts that could matter for seniors, disabled Americans, and veterans, especially disabled veterans experiencing homelessness. So let's talk about what this law actually does, who it may benefit, and what you should not assume. The 21st Century Road to Housing Act became law on July 11, 2026. While the law covers many different housing issues, one provision stands out as the clearest immediate benefit. Let's start with the clearest provisions for a specific group disabled veterans experiencing homelessness. The law includes the Housing Unhoused Disabled Veterans Act, which is connected to the HUD-VASH program. HUD-VASH combines housing assistance through HUD with supported services through the Department of Veterans Affairs. The law also addresses how veterans' disability benefits are treated when determining income eligibility for certain HUD-VASH housing assistance. So, in plain English, this could help prevent a disabled veteran's service connected disability compensation from working against them when their income is being evaluated for this type of housing assistance. And, guys, this is important because a veteran may have a disability payment but still be unable to afford safe housing. Having income does not always mean having enough money to pay rent, utilities, transportation, medical costs, and everything else. So, this provision could help more disabled veterans experiencing homelessness access housing opportunities through HUD-VASH. Now, please listen carefully to this part. This does not mean that every disabled veteran automatically receives a voucher. It does not mean every veteran will automatically be placed into an apartment. There may still be eligibility requirements, available units, local housing authority procedures, and supportive service requirements. If you're a veteran experiencing homelessness or if you are helping a veteran in that situation, contact the local VA and ask specifically about HUD-VASH, homeless veteran services, housing placement assistance, whether the new law changes how disability compensation is treated in the eligibility calculation. Write down the name of the person you speak with and the date of the conversation. And if you're turned away, ask whether there's another VA homeless program, local housing authority, or community organization that can help you. The key point is this provision may remove one barrier for some disabled veterans, but it is not an automatic housing guarantee. Now, let's talk about the part of this law that I think many seniors are asking about because I know some of you are thinking, Amy, my house is falling apart. I need a new roof. I need a wheelchair ramp. I can't get into my bathtub anymore. I know I need repairs. I just don't have the money. So, if that's you guys, I completely understand why this next section has gotten so much attention. So one section of this new law creates what's called a whole home repairs pilot program. Now, don't let the government name scare you. Here's what it means in plain English. Congress wants HUD to test ways to help communities repair homes that have become unsafe or difficult to live in. And this could include things like repairing dangerous floors, improving accessibility, making homes safer, weatherization, and other repairs that help people remain safely in their homes. But let me pause right here, guys, because a lot of social media is getting a little creative. I've already seen people saying everybody can apply for free home repairs. No, that's not what this law says. This is a pilot program. That means HUD still has to develop the program. Funding has to be distributed. States, cities, tribal governments, And local agencies may choose whether to participate. So, depending on where you live, this opportunity could arrive sooner, later, or possibly not at all if your community doesn't participate. And I know that's probably not the answer people want to hear, but I'd rather disappoint you with the truth than excite you with misinformation. So let me give you an example. Imagine you're 76 years old, you live in your home for nearly 40 years, the mortgage is paid, but now arthritis or health conditions have made it almost impossible to climb into your bathtub. You know you need a shower or grab bars or maybe a wheelchair ramp. The problem isn't knowing what needs to be done. The problem is coming up with 10, 15, $20,000 to pay for it. And that's why this pilot program caught my attention, guys, because could it eventually help some homeowners? Yes. Could it help every homeowner? No. At least not based on what the law says today. So here's what I would do. If you're a senior homeowner who needs repairs, don't wait for someone to tell you the applications are open. Start with organizations you already know and trust, like your local area agency on aging, your county or city housing department, your local housing authority, or your community action agency. And ask one simple question. Have you received any information about new home repair programs connected to the federal housing law? And guys, don't be surprised if they say not yet. Remember, many parts of this law still have to be implemented before local agencies can begin offering new opportunities. Now, there's another part of this law that hasn't received nearly as much attention, but I think it could matter to thousands of disabled Americans who already have housing vouchers. And there's one change that could make the process a little less frustration. Let's talk about that next. Now, let's talk about disabled Americans who aren't veterans because this is another area where I've seen a lot of confusion online. I've seen people saying this law gives disabled people housing. That isn't what the law says, but there are a few changes that could make the housing process a little easier for people who are already receiving certain housing assistance. So let me explain. Imagine you've been waiting not weeks, not months, but years to receive a housing choice voucher. Finally, your name comes up. You're excited. You find an apartment. The landlord agrees to accept your voucher. Everything is going perfectly. Then the inspection gets delayed. Another week passes, another delay. The he gets tired of waiting and he rents the apartment to someone else. Now you're back to square one. Guys, unfortunately, situations like this happens all the time, and that's one reason this next change caught my attention. One part of this law is designed to make certain inspection processes more efficient for people using housing choice vouchers. Now, guys, I don't want to oversell this. This doesn't mean inspections disappear. It doesn't mean every apartment passes inspection. And it certainly doesn't mean everyone suddenly gets a voucher. What it does mean is that Congress is trying to remove some of the delays that can keep people from moving into housing they've already found. And honestly, anything that reduces unnecessary delays is worth paying attention to. This could be especially important for people with disabilities. Finding an apartment is already difficult. Finding one that is actually accessible can be even harder. So, if you use a wheelchair and you need wider doorways or require other accessibility features, there may only be a handful of apartments that meet your needs. So, if one opportunity falls through, that can be devastating. And that's why it's important to tell your housing authority about your accessibility needs as early as possible. Do not wait until the last minute. Put your request in writing, keep copies, write down who you spoke with. And if you don't understand something, ask questions. You have every right to understand the process. Now, this is probably the most important part of today's video because I don't want anyone leaving here with the wrong impression. This law does not mean every senior gets free home repairs. Every disabled American receives a housing voucher. Every veteran gets immediate housing, waiting lists disappear overnight, rent suddenly becomes affordable, applications are automatically open today. Housing simply doesn't work that way. Many parts of this law still have to be implemented by HUD and local agencies before people may see changes. So, if someone messages you saying, "Congratulations, you've been approved because of the new housing law," guys, please don't do it. Government agencies do not guarantee benefits because of social media posts. Always verify information through your housing authority, the VA, HUD, or another trusted government agency. So here's what I recommend. If you're a veteran experiencing homelessness, contact the VA and ask about HUD-VASH. If you're a senior homeowner who needs repairs, call your area agency on aging, your housing authority, or your community action agency, and ask whether they've received guidance about any new home repair opportunities. If you're disabled and looking for housing, contact your local housing authority. Ask about vouchers, reasonable accommodations, accessible units, and any current waiting list. And regardless of your situation, keep records. Write down who you spoke with, when you called, and exactly what they told you. It could save you a lot of frustration later. So, what's the bottom line? This new housing law is not a magic wand. It doesn't instantly solve America's housing crisis, but it does create changes that may help certain groups over time, especially as HUD and local communities begin implementing different parts of the law. And guys, as those updates become available, I'll be here to break them down in plain English without the hype, without the politics. Now, if this video helped you understand what the law actually says, I really appreciate it if you hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share this information with more seniors, veterans, disabled adults, caregivers, and families who are trying to separate facts from fiction. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment below. I read as many of them as I can. Until next time, guys, please protect your peace and your mental health at all costs and by any means necessary. I'll see you next time, guys.